In the 2008 monologue, The Thumbprint of Mukhtar Mai, published in the Seven Monologue collection, the playwright Susan Yankowitz uses stage direction and props to convey Mai's values and emotions at different points in the story, showcasing her character development. The most significant example of this is the starkly different props that Mai holds in the beginning of the monologue compared to at the end. The monologue begins with Mai embroidering clothing in a garden, while recounting the events that led up to her sentenced rape. This scene represents how she was raised with the traditions of her rural community in mind, which included the mindset that women should be in charge of the domestic activities like taking care of the house, children, and chores, and should also be passive, silent, and obedient. At this time, Mai says that I was not unhappy because I did not realize I had been taught nothing about the world, showing that the serene beginning of Mai embroidering in the garden is not a genuine example of happiness because she was never given a chance to be anything besides a homemaker and caretaker. Later on in the monologue, Mai must go to the Matoys to beg for forgiveness for the crimes her brother is accused of, so she stops embroidering and begins walking on her journey. This could represent her metaphorically leaving her garden illusion and experiencing the unjust attitudes of her village and law system towards women, not only as being inferior to men, but merely objects in the place of men. While on her travels, stage directions state that she brings with her a Quran, the Islamic religious text, showing to us that she greatly values her religion. She kneels before the Matoys bravely because she knows that God is with her. This later gives depth to the anger she feels towards the perpetrators, saying that nowhere does the Quran approve of violence against women. The tribal leaders who sentenced her rape violated the same laws they are supposed to uphold. After recounting the subsequent legal pursuits and her work towards educational equality, the monologue ends with Mukhtar Mai writing down her full name in Urdu and English and proudly presenting the paper in the stage directions. This action is in contrast to the previous experience of Mai and the inspiration behind the monologue's title, where she had to sign off on the report of her rape with her thumbprint because she didn't know how to write her own name, which unfortunately is common amongst women and girls in Pakistan. In the chapter Rural Girls in Pakistan, written by Cynthia Lloyd, Met, and Grant, published in the 2007 book Exclusion, Gender, and Schooling, the paper explains how illiteracy rates among girls in rural poor communities in Pakistan, like Mukhtar Mai, is higher than their male counterparts because lack of access to local schools and the patriarchal preference of low-income families to fund their sons attending school rather than daughters. After receiving settlement money from her case, Mukhtar Mai spends her funds to build a school in her community, which she herself also attends and has become literate. Mukhtar Mai finally being able to write her name represents how, despite all odds, she has overcome the sexist barriers that prevented her from truly knowing her world and learning her rights. Bravery being able to break through the mold of a woman imposed on her by men and instead live strongly by her values of gender equality as her own individual. While in the beginning of the monologue, Mai discusses about feeling weak in the world despite her name, in the end of the monologue, Mai finally believes in herself and that she is her name's meaning, Mukhtar, for powerful and self-respecting.